Bearing in mind that it's summer and everybody's taking their Figaros on road trips, especially the Owners Club who've got their road trip to Normandy later this month, we thought we'd do a video that gives people advice on what to check if they're doing long journeys and road trips in their Figaros. We'll start off with the tyres, which are always a weak point on the Figaros. Now, the important things to check are the pressure and the tread. So we'll start here doing the pressure check. So you can see, you can check it with the hubcap, the polo cap still on. We set them at 31 psi all round. You can see this tyre's a bit flat. Then, more importantly, you need to check the tyre for cracking. I hardly ever come across Figaros where the tread's worn out, but 7 or 8 out of 10 I've got perished and cracked tyres. Check them here inside the tread and also on the tyre wall round by the edge of the polo wheel trim. This is really important, especially if you're going to do a long drive and the weather's hot. You need to also make sure that you've got a good spare tyre. Figaros have a space saver. You can see it here in the boot. It's held in by a little clamp that unbolts. You can see us here unbolting it. Once you've got the tyre out, check it in the same way that you would check the tyre on the car. You can see here us giving it a check. The valve's in the same place, but it doesn't have a hubcap. This is only for short distance if you have to use this tyre, just until you can get the correct one fixed. In with the tyre, you should have a toolkit. Most Figaros have got some bits missing, so this is a guide of what you'll actually find inside the toolkit. Firstly, you'll find the wheel brace. Make sure that you've got one of these. The original kit has a couple of spanners in. They're very handy. Very important to have the handle for the jack, a screwdriver that you can twist round to make it a flathead or a Phillips, and the piece that's always missing is the towing eye. Make sure you've got this, because otherwise you just can't tow the vehicle if you break down, and obviously the jack. You also need to check under the bonnet. You can see here, you need to check the wipers. You can see this one's really perished and it's falling apart. That would need changing. You need to check the brake fluid, which is here, power steering fluid, which is pointed to here. Check the oil. You can see the top of the dipstick. Make sure you've got plenty of wash wipe. Check the water level or the antifreeze in the top of the radiator with the engine cool, and get somebody to help you check all the lights on the car before you go. If you need a bulb and fuse kit, you can go to our website for one. If you need more detail on checking these fluids, then have a look at some of our other videos. The other things that are really important to check are that the oil isn't leaking. The biggest fault that we see on Figaros when we have to do major engine work is because the car's had oil or water starvation. We'd really recommend changing the oil before you do the long road trip, to make sure that it's nice and thin and clean and it circulates well. And if you can, try checking the car a few days in advance and monitor whether it's leaking. Check underneath the car to see whether you're losing fluids every few days, and check the levels a couple of times. We've put together a guide for the different European countries to show you the things that you need to take with you. Where you can see a box marked means you must have it in that country fitted to the car. So check the guide and make sure that you've got everything you need before you go. If you need any other advice or need to buy any of the bits, you're welcome to give us a call. Enjoy your road trips.